This is our Cyclone. We're going to be putting a new roof on here. We got a patch that we put on there for them so they could use the camper until we got it into a bay. But we got to replace that. We also, I'm noticing this right here. I don't think there's anything under there, and I want to check that. We're going to replace the roof anyways. A couple bubbles. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But so this is sealed. Somebody would come up here and go, that's sealed. But you can barely see this little shadow right here. Watch this. Let's see if I can do this. See there? That's not sealed. That's a leak. This thing will come up right up. It's not sealed to the coach. Because if it was, you'd see it sticking right there, and it's not. And these are some of the common problems we have with this silicone. And if it's not primed, it won't stick either. So that's all we're gonna tear it up anyways. But I like to do some stuff in the beginning to show folks what to look for if they run across these issues. But all of that would have to come out if you're going to reseal it, if you plan on doing it. So that's a big concern right there. You look at it and you go, hey, that looks nice and tight. And then here, it looks better than here for sure. I'll admit that. So we're going to take that up, but that still is a leak. It would leak down inside here. It would leak down behind here, and then it would come down onto the side, and you'd get the lamination all in here from this. So I wonder, got a little bit of something going on right there. All this will come out anyways. Like I said, we just like to, you can see how loose that is right there. And that would be a leak. It would come off my hand. This is just EPDM rubber anyways. So you can see some more of this metal here that's underneath. There's a metal shoulder right here. Runs up. I don't know if they had too much protection, so over time this may have breached if it didn't get that hole in it, so we could put a new roof on it. Look at the AC. You got no room under there. Zero. We're going to make some boots and lift up that dish right here, this antenna. We'll take that off. So we're going to take all this apart. There's a leak right here. You can see it right in there. That little crack right there, that little opening. Water will run right down that tiny little hole. Get inside there. We're going to rot this out. This is a fairly new coach anyways though. I think it's a 15. So. That doesn't look like it's sealed too well in there. So this right here, you can see it moving in there. These are some of the things we check out. When we do caulk on here on this turn bar, we're going to end up priming it. Then we put one layer down, we put another layer down, make sure it stays nice and tight. But the primer is what you need. Definitely need to have primer on it. So, well, we're going to tear it off and put a new roof on her. And it doesn't look all that bad. There's a bunch of little tiny holes in it. And some of it we've patched. We got peppered up in some hail. It doesn't have the durability like a TPO roof does. Check out this, this is their new style of a roof vent. That's what they call it. And these salespeople are going to con you into thinking that this is an upgrade. This is a better feature they put on here, a vent. So all the hot air will come out of this attic cavity down inside there, but there's nowhere for it to pull air. So if you can't pull air anywhere, how can it come out? You have, like on the roof of your house, you may have a vent way at the top. You may have different styles. Some make ridge vents, some have what they call turtles, which are square ones, turbines, different ones. But then on where your gutter is, there should be a vent there. They call that soffit vent, and that's how it pulls up the air to keep it cool. If you just have the one on the top, even on your house, it's not going to do anything. This does absolutely nothing at all, except for a salesman to try to con you into thinking that it does something. And you can find all this out. I mean, you just go on and do a search on proper ventilation. I know Owens Corning has one up online as well. See if that other's held on it over there. Did it stick to the other? I'm just curious if it even stuck to that other, you know, to the old stove. Usually it doesn't. Huh? It did? Okay. Well, we're back over here at our Cyclone, and my guy wanted to let me know about this vent that we were discussing earlier that does zero. We can see it does zero. They still got the plug in there. They never took it out. So I don't think it was venting so good anyways. There's not enough room for air to get in there. You gotta get something that'll pull that air on top of the insulation. But they left this in here. They left the plug in there like that. And it was stuck to the roofing, so there was no way it could vent anyways. Funny stuff. Imagine, this is a new one. All the money you spend on these things. We'll be back with more. Alright, there's our Cyclone. We've got it put together. Everything's all welded in. These boots for the ladder. Get our curbs in there. Get all our covers on for our vents. Refrigerator. This is an OSB roof. So you may notice a little texture up underneath there. It's not an issue at all. Got our digital mounted. You see how we put that on there. Same thing with this is a digital antenna. That's a satellite dish there. AC. Got our flashing on our AC units. Got a nice hem on here. Pulled all that back together. Everything's all sealed up nice and tight. Got 2 layers of caulk on this here. It's all 2 layers down there. Everything's all set. It's looking good. So she is ready to roll. You got the same little boot. That's just a radio over there. We do the same thing. We load it with our sealer. And you never have to worry about these leaks. Never have to worry about them. Got a custom curb for the skylight over there. Same for the plumbing, and we put a little bell cap on there. That's it. It's looking good. She is ready to roll.